Some names have been changed to protect the innocent and my dignity. So call me Patrick, but what I won't change is that in 1984, I was a weird little kid. The Cold War nuked the evening news, and movies canonized John Hughes, while Elton John sang White Boy Blues on MTV. A million heartbreaks never healed on Benatar's love battlefield. Forbidden crushes were concealed as best could be. In the middle of it there was me, and all the crazy things I did. As a weird little kid, I lived in a neighborhood called Watch Hill. Big historic houses on wooded lots along winding roads and cul-de-sacs. Around age 4, I showed a sorta kinda talent for music. So it was piano lessons, school choir, theater camp, playing entire Broadway cast albums by ear. Everything that would someday come to be called gay as fuck. But gifts like that can often tend to make it hard to make a friend. Fear I'd be exposed could send me off the rails. Self-humiliation never fails. Amazing just how much I hid as a weird little kid.
But you did make friends. Some like me lasted a lifetime.
And some didn't.
I want to quit the show.
You say that after every rehearsal.
The kid playing the lead is so bad. This is a real crisis.
Crisis, like finding out Mungo Jerry and Rumble Teaser is completely different in the London version? I mean, did you know that?
Of course. I saw it when my parents took me to London.
Oh.
Her name was Kristen. Best friends since we were 9, and I was Winthrop to her Amaryllis in The Music Man at Civic Players.
Gremlin's opens tonight. Coming with, right?
Ugh, totally. I need a break from my mother.
What's she done now?
Same old, same old. Her health kicker rants are such a joke. She tells me switch to Diet Coke. Like, bitch, chill out, cause you still smoke. You huff and puff while you push that bullshit away to lost stuff. Nothing I can do is good enough, except the fact like Patrick did. I'm a weird little kid. Oh, what I would give if I could live free and unbound. Oh, to just escape or somehow shape the world around. To decide the twists and turns, the rewards or scars one earns. Rewrite the things my parents did to make me a weird little kid.
First showing of the movie Gremlins, and I was with the only friends I'd ever have till college. Tim, who moved to the neighborhood in 6th grade.
If my sister's gonna give us a ride, we have to pay for her ticket plus a large popcorn and Pepsi.
Paul, who moved to the neighborhood in the 7th grade.
Gremlins and Ghostbusters opening on the exact same night? Are you sure we're making the right choice?
Opening both on the same weekend is further proof there is no God.
And Jennifer.
Jen.
Jen and I were in choir together since middle school.
Neither movie is gonna have head spinning and crucifix humping, so I'm already indifferent.
And what could possibly bond the theater geeks, the goth girl, the nerd, and the one Asian kid in the whole school together? Horror. All things horror. Movies.
Alien is a million times scarier than Friday the 13th.
Books.
Pet Sematary is the scariest Stephen King ever.
Comic books.
Creepshow was totally a comics before it was a movie.
And most of all, haunted houses.
The YMCA Haunted Castle's adding 3 new scenes this year.
Yeah,
and an outdoor thing.
they can try all they want, but they'll never beat the greatest of all time.
The gold standard.
The unholy grail.
Disneyland Haunted Mansion.
The ghosts that danced then disappeared.
The blending of the laughs and fear.
My parents take me once a year.
Yeah, must be nice. I've been once but got to ride it twice. And when I did, I flipped my lid like a weird little kid.
When I was 5 or 6, so like in the 70s, My dad took me and my brother to the first charity haunted house in Cincinnati.
Back then, there was no multi-billion-dollar haunt industry.
Honestly, it scared the shit out of me, but I was hooked. I recreated it in my basement. For years, I was constantly building some new spooky maze to send kids through. And as I got older and my vision bolder, I found friends who shared my appetite for gore. Not one or two, but somehow I found four. As a misfit freak, you couldn't ask for more. It was a refuge. It was control over an out-of-control world.
We're safe among the werewolves and the dead, escaping homes and floating overhead.
Jen's divorced mom constantly begging her to accept Jesus as her personal Lord and Savior.
Oh my gosh, Mom, that sounds super. But I'm blasting Alice Cooper.
Paul's parents having immigrated, speaking barely any English.
I'm their culture navigator and embarrassing translator.
Tim, the late addition to 11 kids with an aging father and an emphysemic mother.
I'm the oops, the unexpected, and that leaves me disconnected.
Kristen's CEO father and a mother obsessed with the family's image.
There's a gala at the Hyatt, so my mom wants me to diet.
And me, with my psychotic older brother who's living homeless on the streets, and my father convinced I'm the next failure, trying not to be branded by the mess that came before me.
Parents screaming at each other for what happened to my brother.
Us all keeping our heads down, disappearing into movies, into some fantasy to escape the real-life horrors at home.
Let me run, let me hide in a place I decide. When and why a helpless child is terrified. Oh, would it be fun to be the one to pull the strings and choose the where and how, and know the power that it brings to direct the path I want, to control the ghosts that haunt, erase the things my parents did, to make me a weird little kid, to conquer fear with my freaky fellow friends right here. The coolest of the not so cool, the summer after middle school, and high school looms like nightmare fuel.